We've talked to a lot of the bulls. I haven't talked to so many of the bears. Talk to us more about their message to Congress.
And what's interesting here too, Emily, is that it's important to remember there's a bit of a war in Washington going on when you think about cryptocurrency. The people who don't want congressmen and women to be supporting them, and the people that do and are pouring millions of dollars into lobbying campaigns to that effect and into political campaigns to crypto-friendly lawmakers. Remember, I talked to Anthony Scaramucci about this earlier this year too, and there are many people who believe that this is going to, like him, that believe that this is going to be a key issue leading into the midterms and otherwise. So what is the problem here for the folks who have signed this letter? Some of the issues are quite technical, and concern about not being able to reverse transactions, concerns about data privacy, and the sense that is crypto something that is a solution looking for a problem? Why crypto when fintech does the job? In the US, we already have digital payments at scale to some degree. It's interesting because when you look at the data from it, it's interesting because, you know, you saw cryptocurrency transactions, Bitcoin transaction volumes surpass that of Visa, but really come down a little more this year. I think which will win out at the end is interesting, and which technology will be dominant. The skeptics in this letter really attest to the idea that Bitcoin and frankly blockchain more broadly is not the solution to these problems.
There's a lot of complicated dynamics at play here. We've reported on the revolving door between the crypto industry and Capitol Hill. You've got crypto companies making big donations ahead of the midterms. You've got crypto lobbyists shaping policy. Is there enough skepticism on Capitol Hill of this industry?
I think time will tell on how much there is a push or pull. I mean, you're asking this question where it seems like there are a lot of lawmakers that very publicly go out and support cryptocurrency, but we're also in a regime where the head of the SEC has been cracking down on massive enforcement issues in a way that we have not seen to this scale, and the tensions really boil over. So it's a great question. Where is the support in Washington when so many millions of dollars are going in to support the industry? Remember, this is not a panacea. You're looking at the crypto industry, and really this is a really thorough and long critique of the blockchain technology itself as problematic is really how they're phrasing this, because fraud mitigation is a big issue when it comes to blockchain. Let me give you another perspective here. In a conversation I had with the CEO of NASDAQ recently, she told me that she believes there could be a day where every asset on the planet could be digitized. Clearly, even current CEOs of big financial firms see some use to blockchain technology that these researchers are disputing, but that fraud mitigation part is such a key argument to both people who believe in it and the people who don't.
All right, Sonali, I want to talk to you about another developing story. I just got off a call with the CEO of Robinhood, Vlad Tenev, and their CFO, Jason Warnick. Robinhood announcing they're laying off 23% of the company. Here are a couple of thoughts from Vlad on that call. He said, I anticipated that what we saw in 2020 and 2021 in terms of the market conditions would last longer than it turned out. That's on me. Employees from all functions will be impacted, but these changes are concentrated in ops, marketing, program management. They overhired in these support functions. He says this is to right size and exercise cost discipline. This is a big chunk of jobs from what was a hot rising company, but you know, they've only been public for a year, still a fairly young company. What's your take?
Yeah, it's interesting because that comment that you had put out there really has gone fairly viral online. It's being shared pretty broadly, the "it's on me" comment. So if it is on him, then you know what other pressure is there on him to really change the course of this business? They pre-reported. Remember, they were not even supposed to report their earnings today, and they did fall short of expectations, including in kind of the core business, that transaction-based revenue, that payment for order flow, money that comes in from the stocks and options business. In addition to, you know, remember that crypto business is still a small fraction of what they make overall when you compare it. You know, the point I've been making all day, Emily, is if you look at FTX, and we know Sam Bankman-Fried is very exposed to Robinhood, FTX has grown massively with a few hundred employees, essentially, a lot smaller, a lot more nimble. But Robinhood has hired many hundreds of people. And now you're seeing such a sharp reversal of that is really going to impact an entire industry here.